Welcome to the 55th installment of Tell Em Alejandro, your number one place for sports, cars, video games, fitness. If you're a man, you're here. Mr. Alejandro, about to tell him?
What you about to tell him, Alejandro?
I'm about to tell you about the New York Knicks' heartbreaking loss versus the Washington Wizards.
Tell him, Alejandro!
TEA drinkers, I'm back. I'm so happy to be back. I missed you guys. So much has happened on my vacation. Shout out to Kentucky. That state showed me mad love, and I'm rooting for them in the Final Four. I hope that they win the NCAA championship. And guess what, guys? I got a PlayStation 4. Woo! So you can expect some more video game episodes coming very soon. And I got y'all on that NFL free agent episode. I did not forget. I definitely owe y'all that. Now let's get to the New York Knicks. My New York Knicks, since I went on vacation, they've been balling. They've been playing very well. And they are actually a threat now to possibly make the postseason. I'm not sure if they'll make noise in the postseason, but let's just try and keep a positive mindset and see if they actually make the postseason. Right now, they recently played the Washington Wizards after beating a lot of teams and going on kind of a winning streak, and unfortunately they lost to the Washington Wizards 90-89. It was a tight game. It was a very good game. I was excited while watching the game. I got up out my chair. I was screaming. My volume was loud. It was a very exciting game. And there was some things that I noticed. First of all, the Knicks, have been playing very good with the same coach, Coach Mike Woodson. A lot of people have been saying, oh, fire Coach Woodson, fire Coach Woodson. I've been a defender of Coach Woodson. And look at that. They've been playing well late in the season with the same coach. So New York Knicks fans, a lot of y'all who have been criticizing Coach Woodson, y'all definitely owe him an apology. And one of the things that he did was adjust the lineup. J.R. Smith, the last year's sixth man of the year, now instead of coming off the bench, now J.R. Smith is starting. It's no coincidence that now all of a sudden J.R. Smith is playing very well for the Knicks. Also, his knee is healthy, and in the beginning of the season he came off of knee surgery, so he was a little lackluster. And in the beginning of the season, he was serving a 5-game suspension because during the summer, he was doing a little bit of this. So I'm glad to see J.R. Smith not untying people's shoelaces and playing well on the basketball court. That's always a good thing. Iman Shumpert got moved from the starting lineup to the bench, and now he's coming onto the court with one thing in mind, and that's playing to his strength. Perimeter defense. His offense is not consistent at all. Iman Shumpert has all this potential, but like I've said before, and I'll say it again, all potential is something that someone has not done yet. So as nice as people like to say, Iman Shumpert is so nice, he's going to be a monster. You know what? I haven't seen that monster. I've seen an inconsistent offensive scorer and a defensive player that at times takes mad risks, especially when it comes to stealing the ball. But if you put Iman Shumpert in a position where it's like you're working his strengths, I think he's going to excel. And I think Coach Woodson has Iman Shumpert in the right position right now. Also, we've seen Amar'e Stoudemire in the starting lineup with Tyson Chandler and Carmelo Anthony, where they're kind of playing a big lineup. And I think it's really working. Pablo Prigioni, who was originally starting, now he's coming off the bench. Raymond Felton, it seems like he's put whatever problems he has off the court with his wifey and all that in the back, and he's focusing on the court. Felton is definitely elevating his game. Shout out to Raymond Felton. I like how the New York Knicks are playing, but let's get into what happened this game. I saw the game was mad exciting. Marcin Gortat and Amar'e Stoudemire were going at it. They were blocking each other's dunks and layups. They dunked on one another. They were screaming in each other's face. When they was dunking it, they was getting and ones and fouls. They was going at it. I was getting hyped from it. One thing I did notice, in the fourth quarter, with about 6 minutes left, as much as I've been defending Coach Woodson, I cannot defend this. With about 6 minutes left, he benched Amar'e Stoudemire, who was playing well for the Knicks, and he was pretty effective, and I felt like the Wizards didn't really have a good match. They weren't really answering Amar'e. Nene Hilario, if you know who Nene Hilario is for the Washington Wizards, he was injured, so it's like when the Knicks were playing big with Chandler and Amar'e and Melo, the Wizards couldn't really answer that, and unfortunately, Coach Woodson benched Amar'e with 6 minutes left, and my friend even told me that Coach Woodson tends to do this, and I finally noticed it, and I didn't think this was a good benching for Amar'e. I thought he should have let Amar'e play the last 6 minutes. I think he brought Amar'e back in the game with about 1 minute, 1:30 left in the game, but I thought he should have let Amar'e keep bowling, and I felt like that put more offensive pressure on Carmelo Anthony, who had a bad game. Let's get into some statistics, shall we? First things first, for the New York Knicks, let's start with StarMelo. Carmelo Anthony, the best player for the New York Knicks, had a bad game. And dog, oh my God, he picked a bad time to have his worst game of the season. 38 minutes, only 10 points. To go with 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 5 of 14 shooting. That's not good. 0 for 4 from the three-point line. 0 for 0 from the free throw line. He didn't get any free throws. The referee showed him no love. He also was favoring a shoulder injury, I noticed, and it was his right shoulder, and he's right-handed. So that affects his jump shot. That affects a lot of the stuff he does because that's his primary hand. Also, he had 9 turnovers. That's not a good look. Carmelo Anthony was not taking care of the ball. I'm talking about late in the fourth quarter, less than 2 minutes. He was sizing somebody up, one-on-one. All of a sudden, he just threw it to the other team. I'm like, no, Melo, what are you doing? He had a bad game. I really hope that he can heal up that shoulder and get his mind back on track because the next game for the New York Knicks is going to be against the Miami Heat. The New York Knicks need that win. I will tell you why after these stats. Next up, J.R. Smith had a monster game. Shout out to Junior. He played 43 minutes, 32 points to go with 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 12 of 23 shooting, 8 of 16 from 3. Woo, that boy was wet that night. He got no free throws also. The referees was hating. And he had 2 turnovers. Shout out to J.R. Smith because I've been criticizing him all season. And he was balling this game. He kept us in the game. So a lot of love and prayers to J.R. Smith. He was balling. Let's go to some Washington Wizards notables. John. Whoa, hey, John. Whoa, he was balling. He played 34 minutes, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 8 of 14 shooting, 1 for 2 from the free-throw line, and 2 for 2 from the free-throw line. He did have 7 turnovers. That's not a good look. Please, John Wall, take care of the ball. But John Wall, not just his 19 points was dominant, but if you actually watch the game, the way that he changes pace, he's scary. He's scary now. And he's scary like how Russell Westbrook is. The explosiveness, the athleticism, the quickness, the agility. There's nothing comparing John Wall and Russell Westbrook. The only thing I could think of would probably be Adrian Peterson, but that's a football comparison. When they hit the hole, they're gone. One step, and it's a wrap. You can't keep up with them. It's unguardable. That's crazy. And if Westbrook and Wall can improve their jump shot, we're talking about somebody that's as talented as Mr. Alejandro. You know what I'm saying? So, John Wall, keep doing your thing, man. Next up, Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal was balling. He played 39 minutes, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 12 of 22 shooting, 1 for 8 from the three-point line. That's not good. 3 for 5 from the free throw line. But most importantly, Bradley Beal had the game-winning shot for the Washington Wizards. This reminded me of the very first episode of Em Alejandro when I spoke about the Washington Wizards versus the New York Knicks in the Madison Square Garden where Bradley Beal had the game-winning shot. He did it again. It was just sad. Raymond Felton just hit a big three-pointer from the corner. I was screaming. I was like, yeah! I was tweeting and all that. Then all of a sudden, Bradley Beal just made me go like this and shake my head. He shut the whole Madison Square Garden up. He shut me up. I was just sad. Bradley Beal, he's balling. He's 20 years young. He has a bright future. Keep doing your thing, but just next time when you play the Knicks or the Nets, please don't make no game-winning shots. Just lose or something, man. Come on. Next up, Marcin Gortat. I thought Marcin Gortat played good. I told y'all how he was banging with Amar'e down low. He had 33 minutes, 13 rebounds, 10 points, double-double, 2 assists, 6 of 10 shooting, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Marcin Gortat, who was Dwight Howard's backup way back in the day for the Orlando Magic, was balling. Shout out to Marcin Gortat. Now, like I said before, the New York Knicks, the reason why this game was so important was because they're right now in a playoff race where they were basically out of the playoffs, and now they're fighting for the last spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs, and they actually have a legitimate chance at making it. Right now, the record is 33 wins, 44 losses. That's 77 games in total. They have 5 games remaining because it's an 82-game season. Their next game, though, is against the 2-time champion Miami Heat, so that's probably a loss. So let's just say they lose that game. They're 33 and 45. They have 4 games remaining. They're chasing the Atlanta Hawks, who right now are 33 and 42. In 75 games played, they have 7 games remaining. And the Hawks' next game is against the Indiana Pacers, who's another good team. The Hawks are probably going to lose that. So now the Knicks have put themselves in such a bad position where it's like, let's say they lose against the Miami Heat, just for argument's sake. Now they have 4 games left that they have to win. And out of the, let's say the Hawks lose to the Pacers, the Hawks have 6 games left. They have to hope that the Hawks I think, either lose 2 of those last 6 games, while the Knicks win all 4. The Knicks have just really put themselves in a bad spot to make the postseason. If they make it, I've been on record saying I don't think they're a threat to really threaten either Indiana or Miami, whoever gets the first seed. But the Knicks haven't done themselves any favors losing this game against the Washington Wizards, especially on this same night when the Atlanta Hawks blew out the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I really hope the New York Knicks can get their act together, because if not, they're going to be fishing. There you have it, folks. Bradley Beal, John Wall, and the Washington Wizards basically almost ruining my New York Knicks' chances of making the postseason and making me one sad New York Knicks fan. If you have any input on it, tell them in the comments. Tonight's juicy New York Knicks colored bow tie is brought to you by Countess Mara. On deck, B. Guess who's back? Tune in for more sports, cars, video games, fitness, and all that. Follow at Em Alejandro on Twitter to hear my immediate reaction to live sports events. Or if you want to hear me cover a certain team or topic, tell them. Outro music. I'm glad to be back, baby. So much happened when I was gone. LeBron James hit Roy Hibbert with the Shoryuken with the fire on the hand. He destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? I saw Louisville and Kentucky in Louisville. They was going crazy. Kentucky's going. I hope Kentucky wins, by the way. My New York Knicks has been getting it in. So much NFL free agency acquisitions. I'm back, man. I'm about to give you all that fire. Let's close this out strong. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it, Ale. Get it. Woo! Yeah. Get it, Ale. Get it. Get it. Get it. Let's do this. T-E-A. 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 T-E-A.